I know. I've heard that once before. Once a guy said that to his. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trumbull High School's field here in Trumbull, Connecticut, where this Connecticut American Legion Pod H double elimination tournament is continuing here this afternoon with a game between Trumbull and Naugatuck. We got underway, a little technical difficulty, but we're ready to go here as the game started a little bit early. And for Naugatuck, they went down in order in the top of the first inning. Zach Graveline grounded to the mound, and Nick Bruno and Justin Marks both struck out. And we're moving on to the bottom of the first inning. Leading it off for Trumbull will be Matt Macero, the second baseman. Kevin Bruggeman, the catcher, will bat second. Chris Brown will play shortstop and bat third. Danny Mazzaro will play first base and bats cleanup. Chris Briganti, the center fielder, bats fifth. Greg Kaufman, sixth. Evan Warner bats seventh. Rob Goldsmith, the designated hitter, will bat eighth. And Tim Loiko, the left fielder, will bat ninth. Setting up the defense for Naugatuck, post 17. On the mound is Derek Jagello, the Naugatuck High product. Mike Nakeel behind the plate. Big Austin Virab down at first base. Mark Nofree at second. Zach Bedrzik, the Woodland product, along with Zach Graveline, his Woodland as well. As there's a strike one call to Matt Massaro. Out in left field, Nick Bruno. Out in center, Justin Marks, covering a lot of ground out there, big ballpark. And Nate Deptula, the winning pitcher of yesterday's game, is out there in right field. So it's an 0-1 count now to the lefty Matt Massaro, and he pops it up into left field, and Nick Bruno surrounds it and makes the catch.
Well, Steve, it's a hot day here today, that's for sure. It's about 99 degrees. At least that's what it said on my car. And these young guys are out there playing in this weather. Absolutely incredible. And hopefully everybody stays hydrated and safe here today.
Yeah, absolutely. As the humidity's still there, as well as the heat. You know, you have very little cloud cover. You know, as I was saying before, we were up in Bristol's Muzzy Field this morning at 10 o'clock, and at least there was a cloud cover till about noon. And there's a curveball first pitch to Kevin Bruggeman for a strike.
So Bruggeman, the catcher here today for this Trumbull team, and, of course, the top seed coming out of their pod, which certainly puts them in good stead. It earns a home game throughout these early rounds here. And, of course, everything during the Super Regional moves on to South Windsor and the Meriden at separate field. So that's the target for all these teams.
Yeah, it starts July 27th, I believe, the Super Regionals.
Jagello out in the mound. You're a pitching coach at the high school level, and you certainly understand what it's all about. How difficult for these guys today?
Oof, you have to really stay hydrated. I usually have a player, but even a half hour before a game, even in the spring, drink at least a quart of water. And
Bruggeman, flies that out to left field. Left fielder is on, and Bruno makes the catch, and Bruggeman is retired. So
now batting for Trumbull.
You know, Dan, we saw our first eliminated team in this pod. It happened today up there at Patwall Field in Wallingford, where Wallingford downed Meriden by a score of 7-2. So Meriden is officially eliminated. Well, let me get that now. Meriden lost to Trumbull 3-1, and now they've lost to Wallingford 7-2. So Meriden is out.
Chris Brown of the plate swings at the first pitch and a miss. Outfield playing just about straight away. Marks maybe a step or two towards left center. Sun is off to our right. Of course, we'll settle in the west, hopefully very quickly here today. High fly ball to center. Marks will camp underneath it and make the catch for the inning's final out. So 1-2-3 goes Trumbull, and with scoreless through one, Naugatuck coming to the plate in the top of inning number 2. We'll be right back with that.
After one inning, it's Naugatuck 0.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. As we recognize the military is one of service and sacrifice, and for some, that sacrifice is more than many of us can imagine. Please join with the American Legion in recognizing and supporting our wounded warriors and their families. Let's not allow them to be forgotten and left to fend for themselves. They deserve more. Sometimes just thank you isn't enough. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. Life in the military is one of service and sacrifice, and for some, that sacrifice is more than many of us can imagine. Please join with the...
You're all set.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball, going into our 18th year doing this, Steve Riley, and certainly has been exciting. And we'll be at SEPA Field for the championship games over the weekend of, August 3rd, 4th, and 5th, something like that. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun.
Those are going to be double elimination as well. And, in Pod D, which we were covering this morning, Don, it looks like Bristol's in the driver's seat now, having defeated Jewett City by the score of 11-4 this morning when the game started at 10 o'clock. Not as bad, temperature-wise, as it is here this afternoon, but Bristol's in the driver's seat there. They'd have to get defeated twice to get knocked out. They'll have a game off till Wednesday. Just like the winner of this game will have a game off until Wednesday. So the loser of this game will end up playing Wallingford.
Pedrizic coming up to the plate, the shortstop. So this game today, very important. You want to stay on that winner's bracket side of the things. Earn a couple of days off. Certainly help to refreshen your pitching staff a little bit with these pitch counts that they have now at all levels of baseball. Other than, even the Major League Baseball teams have pitch counts for all their guys now. Jagello in the on-deck circle. And that pitch is hit high in the air to the right fielder.
Yep.
And it's going to be a base hit there.
Batting for Naugatuck, number 10, Derek Jagello.
That's Zach Bedrzik, the Woodland product. He was a great player this year for Woodland High. Also pitched as well as played the shortstop. He gets aboard with a single.
So a leadoff single. I lost the baseball there, to be honest with you. Jagello coming to the plate now with a runner on, trying to help his own cause. What will the strategy be? Do you try to move him along, or you swinging away, and a swing and a miss on a curveball? Yeah. Good pitch by Vaughter there. Not much going on with the third baseman, Warner, playing just inside the bag there. Mazzaro trying to hold the runner tight at the bag at first. Pedrizic with a short lead away, and there's a ground ball down to shortstop, and it's off of Brown, and everybody's safe on the error. So Naugatuck trying to put together a big inning here in the second. They got 2 on and nobody out, Steve.
Yeah, first error of the game, obviously, for Trumbull, and that's tough when you get them 2 on. Now, Austin Virab coming up now, Don, not really known to bunt, so.
You know this young man quite well. And
he's our
good athlete, you mentioned.
Yeah, he is. He has very, very fast hands. If he hits the ball, it goes really, really hard. The only problem is he's certainly a threat for a double play if he hits it on the ground.
He had a pretty good game, didn't he, in that state championship run a couple years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
Virab, the first baseman today.
Great kid, too.
2 on, nobody out here in the top of inning number 2 on a hot and humid day. Vaughter checks the runner down at second. The tall, lanky right-hander's pitch missed outside. Well, the crowd was, they improvised here today. A lot of tents, a lot of umbrellas to shade from the sun. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, fielded. And the election to go to first by Vaughter. Looked like he had a shot to get the runner going second and third, but elected to take the shore out and puts runners at second and third now.
I thought he would have been able to go to third.
Looked like he had plenty of time to do so. Mark Nofry coming to the plate now, the second baseman.
Number 5.
Nofry, a great player this year for Naugatuck High School.
So Vaughter now working with 2 in scoring position. The infield will come in around the horn.
With the realignment of Zone 5, Don, that's how Naugatuck picked up the Seymour players who used to be playing for Oxford. And they also picked up the Woodland players who used to play for Prospect, I believe.
They're going to bunt it. Bunt it to the backstop.
Either a safety squeeze or a suicide squeeze, one of the two.
No Fry trying to surprise the defense.
Big ballpark here, Don. 325, it looks like, on both lines. I would imagine about 370 or so in straight center.
And the pitch swinging away, and it's driven foul down the third base side.
Well, now it takes away the threat of a squeeze. You certainly don't want to squeeze with one out and 2 strikes on the batter because it could end up in a double play, ending double play. So I saw that happen once in a tournament game between Amity and West Haven once.
Potter working ahead in the count. Here comes the 0-2. Curveball missed up high. Never dropped for him there. Outfield is not playing all that deep. And the pitch to the plate. Ground ball hit up the middle and through. That's going to score at least one. Will they send another? Briganti will field it. His throw will be cut off in the infield by Mazzaro, and that is an RBI single and a 1-0 lead.
Nice piece of work there. 2-strike single right through the middle. Scoring Bedrzic, driving Jagello over to third base.
Deptula now stepping up to the plate, so how important not to go after that lead run on that dribbler back to the pitcher there, Steve.
Absolutely. And on that play, if he knew the hitter, he could have tried to turn 2, go to second at first. He could have tried that as well.
So Deptula, left-handed hitter, he plays right field for this Naugatuck team, and the pitch inside for a ball. So the inning started with a single, but Bedrzic coming around to score eventually. Jagello at the bag at third down. At first, there's no front.
And E6 certainly hurts as well. Nate Deptula, played his high school ball at Naugatuck High School. Winning pitcher in yesterday's game.
Runner's going to go. They're going to throw on down. Now the throw home, and it's on time. Beautifully executed there by Trumbull's defense, and Brown with a strong throw after the cutoff from the catcher.
Yeah, that was a great play that time by Trumbull, Don. They textbook there as you throw it down, cut it off, and get the guy at the plate. You know, it takes a lot. It takes 2 good throws and a catch, and they did it perfectly.
Bruggeman started it all with that strong throw from behind the plate.
Yep.
Brown able to finish it off. So if you score that, that's going to go 2-6-2, right?
Yeah.
So no Fry at second. Deptula trying to collect another run here for Naugatuck in the top of the second inning.
That's why sometimes you like the delayed steal in that circumstance because it catches the infield a little bit sleeping instead of the straight steal. Or you have a fake bunt squeeze, which then makes the catcher concentrate at the man on third a little bit.
Bruggeman came up gunning.
Yeah, he did a nice job.
From the stretch, Vaughter into the windup, and the pitch he worked him high and inside. That's ball 4. Now you got runners at first and second, so it's not over yet. As Naugatuck still trying to put up another run here with a 1-0 lead.
Naugatuck's season, they started off slow, and then they came on again. The same thing they did the year before.
Batting for Naugatuck, number 20, Mike Nikhil.
I was watching a news story a few weeks ago. Naugatuck was one of the oldest, if not the oldest, Little League
teams. Yeah, Little League. Yeah,
Little League teams.
Yeah.
Here
Didn't they get they just got a grant of some sort, right? Didn't they win some kind of thing where they got to redo their entire Little League field?
Nikhil, the catcher, now stepping in, and the pitch of them, the 9 hitter. A little slow dribbler, could be trouble. Warner will field it, throw way off line. Goes by the first baseman, Mazzaro, and a run is going to score. So a couple of errors here in the inning. Certainly not helping the cause of Trumbull.
Yeah, that play, he barehanded it well, but he just launched it over the first baseman's head. Lucky it didn't kick its way down that right field line, or it could have been worse.
So that's going to be E5. Runners still in the corners and 2 runs home in the inning. It is 2-0 Naugatuck. Top of the order.
Batting number 3, Zach Gravelin.
Gravelin will step up to the plate now.
Gravelin, another one of those Woodland players, Don. Woodland ended up losing in the semifinals this year to Wolcott.
Zach bounced out. 1-3 his first time. Vaughter throwing a lot of pitches in this half inning in the heat, too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the pitch count rules is it makes it so tough on, the decisions you have to make, when to pitch a guy, how to take him out. It's like even this morning, Bristol, 6-0 lead. It didn't hold for a while. So they were forced to, keep the kid in until the late innings, and he's now ineligible till the 25th. A little bit different in American Legion from Federation, Don. In American Legion, you have to go past 30 pitches to not be eligible the next day. In high school, it's 25. So there's a slight difference. 105, you're out of the game in Legion. 110 in high school.
Pitch up a little high. Bruno in the on-deck circle. And a couple of hits, couple of errors here in the inning. 2 runs on the board for Naugatuck. If you're just tuning in, we're in the top of the second, not working with a scoreboard today.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. They have to coordinate those pitch counts pretty well.
Yeah,
they don't have an official score to keep them.
Outfield just about straight away. Runners on the corners. And the pitch. Strike call over the outside corner. Good pitch there by Vaughter.
Jim Luchansky behind the plate, the home plate umpire. He's a former coach of St. Joe's High School for many years. Also an athletic director, I believe, there. He also did NCAA games, Division I, basketball.
Lives and breathes for sports.
Yeah, he's
and
a brother-in-law of a
them.
good friend of mine, John
Yeah.
DeFrancisco, the former coach of
Yeah.
Derby.
Runners still in the corners. Raveline trying to knock in another run here for Naugatuck. Vaughter taking his time, trying to feel comfortable out in the hill. Light refreshing breeze right now, blowing his jersey.
I thought that was the fan that was right to our left.
It
It was
could be.
doing that breeze.
We got one to our right, but
Yeah.
that's on the computer.
Yeah. It is hot.
You can hear the breeze pick up a little bit in the crowd microphone. Nice baseball park right here in Trumbull. They have lights too,
Yep.
so we could stay here all night.
Don't jinx it.
Vaughter's right-handed pitch. Runner goes from first to second. Ball chopped down to Warner, and this time on the first of Mazzaro, and that will end the inning. So a big top of 2 for Naugatuck. They score a couple of runs. They take advantage of a couple of errors, had a couple of base hits thrown in there, and they lead at 2-0. Back with a bottom of 2 in just a moment.
Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
All right, back here at Trumbull High School as we move on to the bottom of inning number 2. I'm starting to feel comfortable all of a sudden, Steve, after our technical difficulties. Yesterday, technical difficulties, and we never really got the broadcast going from Simsbury due to the weather, and a Mac computer, which I'm a fan of, in the workstation at home, at the home office or something like that, of video production work in cool places. But, boy, take them outside in the heat and humidity, they don't work.
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't want to. They don't want to run.
Batting for Trumbull.
Dan Mazzaro will lead things off, the first baseman. They went quietly in the bottom half of the first inning, 1-2-3. Now Jagello coming out working with a 2-run lead in the bottom of the second of a 7-inning game.
Well, that's the goal of a pitcher is once your team gets you some runs, you want to put up a 0.
Briganti and Kaufman the follow. Middle part of the batting order here for Trumbull. First pitch is low and away. And Keel behind the plate, catching the balls and strikes. Outfield not playing all that deep. Of course, they use wooden bats here. Connecticut American Legion play.
You are allowed to use a composite wood. They allow it now, whereas a couple years ago it was banned. But now if it's BB core, they allow you to use a composite wood. Probably a little bit better. It doesn't crack as easy, I suppose.
Save a couple of bucks, a little longevity on the bat, I guess. Of course, when these teams move on to the regionals and beyond, if they're lucky enough to go to the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina, they use the old what they call aluminum bat, right?
Yep, the BB core standard is in play there for aluminum in the Northeast Regional and in the World Series in Shelby. Northeast Regional this year again, I believe, is in Worcester, Mass, or is it more accurate to call it, let me see, Shrewsbury up there?
You can call it Shrewsbury. Pitch low and away.
College of the Holy Cross.
That's going to be ball 4, and Mazzaro down to the bag at first. So you lead off base runner, and Briganti steps up to the plate.
Well, as a pitcher, that's the one thing you don't want to do, walk the leadoff batter, especially after a team just puts up some runs.
Jagello's going to look in for that sign and try to right the ship here. Briganti, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. Pitch over for the strike call.
I don't know how these umpires do it, though, Don, especially the home plate umpire in this kind of weather, wearing all that equipment. I'd go back to the old puffy pillow in front of me if I was doing a game like that.
I'd sit up here.
Right.
In shorts and a T-shirt and look through the fence.
Yeah.
Pitch. Jagello's pitch is fouled off towards the parking lot off to our right. Well, if you got here early, you got a chance to park under the big tree down the first base side and put your car in the shade and also protect it from foul balls.
Yeah, you would think it was raining here the way we have so many people with umbrellas and tents. The tent chairs, like would have the overhang on a chair, lounge chairs.
Jagello's pitch missed outside.
I believe there's a few games going on tonight in the tournament.
Yeah, I think 6:30 start times.
Yep.
Runner goes, pitch low and away. Ball was dropped by the catcher. No chance to make a throw. So that's a stolen base for Mazzaro in the scoring position.
Yep, Hamden beat Washington today by a score of 2-1 at Ted Alex Field in Washington.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher. They go to second, and sliding back
Oof.
safely is Mazzaro. They thought they had him trapped off the bag as Jagello. His throw a little high there. No chance to put a quick tag on him. And reaching first on the field, his choice is Briganti.
Yeah. There it is when you want to get that sure out. The sure out at first, and now you get first and second, nobody out.
Verrab's now going to play inside the bag at first. With Kaufman, the right fielder, to the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch missed a little high.
Curveball.
So we've seen some interesting decisions now by both pitchers.
Both teams,
Especially when you have a 2-0 lead, right? You want to make sure you at least keep one guy off the bases.
And I'm looking at the amount of a lead the runner on first is getting, and as the second baseman starts to come in behind the runner. I'll tell you, if you have a missed bunt and a pickoff, it may work.
Jagello now struggling a little bit. Walked the leadoff guy. Made a decision to go after that lead runner and missed him on a ball batted right back to him. And now he finds himself with 2 on and nobody out here, leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Warner's in the on-deck circle for Trumbull, the home team, making their camp on the third base side here today. That pitch in there for the strike, and that's a big strikeout pitch. The Coppin
Absolutely.
caught him looking.
Now batting for
Yeah.
Trumbull, number 11, the third baseman.
I know, not to advance the runners at all. It's the worst thing you can get other than a pop-up, I guess, in the infield, where the defense doesn't even have to catch it. The infield fly rule.
So Warner now, the third baseman, steps in. And all of a sudden, Jagello looks like he's got a little more confidence.
Yeah, he's hitting that outside corner.
Throws some pretty good heat. He'll step off.
Jagello, another pitcher for Naugatuck, as I recall.
Runners will lead for the Bags at first and second, and the pitch popped up and fouled off towards the parking lot again. Now, you talk about the plate umpire, but how about the catchers?
Oh yeah.
That's a tough job today.
Oh, no doubt. You got to have one of those cool things you put around your neck and you wet it down. And
Pitch high and outside. Jagello missing with that fastball. Up high on a couple of occasions here. Runners will lead from the Bags at first and second, and Jagello's pitch runner goes, and the ball is going to be fouled off. That was up and in and fought off there by Warner.
yeah, that was like a protective swing. Just he saw the
Absolutely.
runner going,
Yeah.
and he said, "I got to do something." 'Cause that would have been a ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I think he
'Cause it's
probably
behind the count, right?
Yeah, I think he got a late start to getting out
Yeah.
of the way of it
Yeah.
more than anything.
Now they're holding the runner on first instead of playing behind them.
Jagello looks in. Derek's pitch to the plate. Ground ball right back to the tall, athletic pitcher, and they get the double play.
Play.
Beautifully done. And a good, strong throw across. But Rizek able to get it on the Verrab, and that will end the threat. That's going to go 1, 6, and 3 on the double play. We'll be back with the top of 3. Naugatuck continues to lead by the score of 2-0.
That's why I say it's big not to get that runners over. You get the runners over. And
America. Meet Greg Anderson. Served 2 tours in Afghanistan. Bronze Star and Purple Heart recipient. And unemployed. The unemployment rate among transitioning service members is unacceptably high, much higher than the general population. Veterans are a proven commodity. They're mature, reliable, and hardworking, and they deserve a chance to get back to work after serving their country. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Hire one. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. America, meet Greg Anderson. Served 2 tours in
Legion
Afghanistan.
in recognizing and supporting our wounded warriors and their families. Let's not allow them to be forgotten and left to fend for themselves. They deserve more. Sometimes just thank you isn't enough. Go to legion.org of America's men and women in uniform. Let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor.
it's rough.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage here on SportingNewsCT.com for the Connecticut American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Day 2 of the tournament. A lot of games played yesterday, 16 in fact, or more, right? 16,
Yeah.
right? 32
Yeah.
teams.
A lot of games played today as well. They're already over. There's a lot of teams electing to play in the morning. Greenwich defeated Ridgefield this morning, or actually this afternoon, by a score of 4-2. And Hamden beat Washington. Oh no, they're not. They didn't beat them yet. I guess it's underway. There's no. I thought they won, but there's no score in that game reported.
Bruno leading things off here for Naugatuck. They scored 2 runs off of Water back in the second. Couple of hits, couple of errors. They left 2 on, too. Pitching there for the strike. The Bruno up for the second time. Called out on strikes. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, elimination game going on in Pod G between Orange and Oakville this afternoon at 3:30 at Taft.
Beautiful location
Yeah.
over there. Water trying to start this inning off in a positive fashion. And And that 2-run second for Naugatuck, a leadoff single, and then the error put 2 on.
Yep, Niantic at RCP this afternoon.
Ball hit in flight out to the right fielder, and
That's it.
going to be short hop there by Kaufman. Going to be a single for Bruno.
Yep, another leadoff runner on. They had the leadoff runner on in the last inning.
That's the 3rd hit of the game.
Another game going on this afternoon down at Southington High School.
Batting for
Berlin
Naugatuck.
playing Southington.
The center fielder, number 11, Jeff.
EHM playing Glastonbury tonight at 6 o'clock. The winner of that game will move on to loser. His season's over.
Southington trying to defend their state championship from a year ago.
Yep.
A little bunt right back to the pitcher. Vada this time will go get the shore out at first, and Bruno is advanced into scoring position on the sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, you're trying to get it away from the pitcher, but Marks just hit it back to him, but it was slow enough to get the runner down to second base.
Rizik to the plate, singled and scored back in
Batting
the
for
second.
Naugatuck, number 22, Zach Vicentric.
Rizik playing shortstop today. Jagello in the on-deck circle, and that pitch in there for the strike.
Yeah, Middletown eliminated today down by Enfield. They lost 13-3. Played this morning at 10 o'clock at Powder Hollow Field in Enfield. Well, what a jaunt that is.
Swing and a miss. A couple of teams that I like this year in the tournament. I think Southington, you certainly got to respect what they can potentially do, and they had a great high school season that usually translates
Cheshire,
into
too,
a very good year.
Yeah.
And Legion Ball, Cheshire. I think Hampton could be the sleeper, along with this Trumbull team here. A pitch over there for the strike 3 call and the strikeout of Rizik. So pretty pitch. And
Third
Vada.
strikeout today by Ryan Vaughter.
10, Derek DiGello.
DiGello stepping up to the plate. He reached on an error. Was thrown out the plate on a beautiful play by Brown and Bruggeman. Bruggeman the catcher and shortstop on a double steal. Jello trying to
Hit him.
help his own cause here, and he got hit by that pitch as you mentioned, and he's down to the bag at first. So now you got runners at first and second. Verab will step in, bounced out 1-3 as last time. But you know what? He pushed the runner in the scoring position and came around to score.
Yeah. Instead of them trying to turn 2, the pitcher, instead of going to third base, went to first, take the sure out, and the runner ended up scoring.
Butter's pitch, high and outside. They snap a throw down to the bag at first, and just getting back over there was the pitcher, Derek Jagello.
You know, when everybody yells back, you see the guy in second run back to second instead of like coming down the line.
Butter's pitch, just missed low and away. He wanted the strike call there. Outfield straight away. Game started a couple of minutes before the hour at 3 o'clock here today. Pitch in there for the strike call.
I think it was taken all the way that time.
Verab to dig back in. Base hit could bring home a run. Fouled straight back. Well, nobody's playing baseball tomorrow. It's a day off. Everybody gets a chance to rest, which is probably a great thing. Get a chance to put in a day of hydration.
Nicest day of the summer. Right,
right, exactly.
Sometimes, you know, they move the games around by times, but they won't move them around by dates.
That ball hit towards the gap in right center field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. Center fielder Briganti will field it and get it to the shortstop, and that is an RBI single for Verab, and now a 3-0 Naugatuck lead. Bruno scores easily.
That time. Yep, good piece of hitting that time by Verab as he went the opposite way with that, right into the right center gap. I don't think they're going to steal him now in first and third, but great RBI single by Austin.
Batting for Naugatuck, second baseman, number 5, Mark LaFry.
They got now total of 4 hits in the game.
Hits, yep.
No Fry to the plate. RBI single his first time.
Naugatuck had a deep run last year, right? Didn't they? They went up there into the Super Regionals.
I think they did, absolutely.
At Meriden, I think they were up there.
I like those gray uniform tops they're wearing, too. I'm fond of gray. I don't know why. That's a swing and a miss by No Fry.
Well, you're a Yankee, really, right? From Boston.
Because of my hair.
Right?
That's because of my hair.
24. That way.
Yeah, Trumbull win Red Sox colors, right?
Yeah. That would be their home jerseys or their away jerseys, Boston?
You know, I haven't watched one Red Sox game this year. I don't know what they're wearing.
Playing behind Vera Abbott first.
Pitch low and away. I really haven't watched the Red Sox game at all this year. Or Yankees. I haven't watched much Major League Baseball. No Fry awaits. Pitch missed inside. I guess I'm disinterested with the Yankees just running away with the division.
Yeah. How'd you like that rant by Yankee manager that went
Boone,
viral?
Yeah.
Yeah, by Boone.
That pitch lobbed right to the shortstop. Easy play for Brown. He'll make the catch of it, and that will do it. But the RBI single by Verrab has given Naugatuck a lead. 3-0 over Trumbull. Back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today.
All right, welcome back. Steve Riley analyzing the very fine Connecticut American Legion website.
Yep, absolutely.
About the results of games played today, who's moving on, who's been eliminated, and more.
Yeah, Cheshire defeated Stratford this morning by a slim score of 2-1. Stratford stays alive, though, as they won their first game against Bethel 6-5. Danbury and Bethel with a 2 o'clock start. We have no report on that game, but the loser will be eliminated. And then the winner will end up playing Stratford on Tuesday. And then the winner of that game will have to defeat Cheshire twice on Wednesday. So Cheshire in the driver's seat in Pod E.
Tuesday game's at 1 o'clock. Is that right? Scheduled for 1 as of right now?
Depends. Some of them are 5:30, 4:30.
Okay.
4:30, 4:30.
Oh, good.
So
excellent.
yeah, I'm seeing 4:30 on most of them.
Good.
5:30 on one of them in Pod.
Good chance for the fans to get out there.
Yeah, Pod D is a 5:30. That's the one with Bristol in it. Bristol's now in the driver's seat in that one. They could sit back
Now
and watch.
batting for Trumbull, number 16.
Somebody played
designated
Jewett
hitter,
City on Tuesday,
Goldsmith.
either EHM or Glastonbury, who plays tonight.
Well, now they got the music going. Robbie Goldsmith to lead things off, the designated hitter for this Trumbull team, trailing by the score of 3-0. Chigello now working with a 3-run lead. Got the first pitch in there for the strike call. Goldsmith up for the first time in the contest.
There's a pitcher warming up in the Trumbull bullpen.
Quickly 0-2 to Goldsmith. I don't think anybody's going all the way here today with this heat. Maybe.
No,
Never know.
I suppose.
Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes with that pitch up high.
I would imagine that Vaughter's pitch count is probably hovering in the 30s, if not 40s.
Popped up, fouled off. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Goldsmith. Number 8 hitter in the lineup for this Trumbull
Fighting away.
American Legion team. Middle infielder's back towards the outfield grass, and the pitch jammed him. Fielded. Chigello, easy toss on the Verrab at first, and Goldsmith is done. 1-3.
Now batting for Trumbull, number 10, the left fielder, Tim Loico.
Loico stepping to the plate. Timmy, the left fielder today for Trumbull, swinging from the left side, trying to ignite some offense.
Yeah, veteran player for this team. I remember him last year.
We've only had a couple of base runners on a walk and a fielder's choice. Still looking for their first hit. Naugatuck has turned a 1-6-3 double play today. So they're doing everything right, taking advantage of a couple of mistakes there by Trumbull.
You never know, though, Don. I mean, I was in Bristol was down 4-0 in their game against EHM. They came back and won in the 7th inning. You know, teams are coming back for victories, so.
Not over till it's over.
Yep. It's not that insurmountable. 3 runs is not that much. Not much at all.
Pitch Loico way outside. I'm surprised the grass is still green with the weather we've had over the last couple of days.
Well, they might have a better sprinkler system in some parks.
A little curveball fouled off the end of the bat by Loico. They're not using the scoreboard here at Trumbull High School today. Outfield just about straight away. Marks might be a shade towards right center. Not all that deep. Tried to nibble outside, just missed.
Just missed outside. Well, tailed a little bit at the end there, and that might have been what did it.
Jagello, the righty, looking in for the side. That keel to set the target. And the pitch. Got him. Good pitch there. Second strikeout of the game for Jagello.
That was a low out pitch there. Just too close to not take a hack at it, but he struck out. Second strikeout of the game for Jagello.
Brings up Mazzaro. Matthew, his first time with a fly ball out to the left fielder. That's Nick Bruno out there in left. Graveline playing the bag at third. Bedrizik at shortstop. No Fry at second base. Verrab at first. Marks and Depp Tula make up the outfield in center and right. Well, second time through always gets a little more difficult for the pitcher on the hill.
Guy starts to get familiar with your pitches. Trumbull this year has scored 112 runs in the regular season against 57. The home record was 8-4 this year.
Jagello's pitch missed inside. Jagello to deal. Mazzaro hits it hard, but right at Verrab. Good reaction there and a big hop. And he makes the play unassisted. 3 unassisted, and that's going to do it. So good job by Verrab at first. And Austin comes back to the dugout as Naugatuck will come to the plate. Deptula will lead things off in the top of the 4th. 3-0. Naugatuck on top.
No, yes, like I said, he's actually an athletic kind of kid. If he was a little taller, he could be a D1 football player, but he's not, you know.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more.
All right, welcome right back here to Trumbull High School as we move on to the fourth inning. And Naugatuck holding on to that lead at 3-0. They scored 2 in the second, 1 in the third, Steve Riley.
Yeah. Total of 3 runs on 4 hits. They've committed no errors as Naugatuck. For Trumbull, no runs on no hits, and they've committed 2. Cost them so far here this afternoon. Well, looking down the roster for Trumbull, Don, it looks like majority of the players off from Trumbull High School. They have Mike Carroll or Ryan Carroll playing for Fairfield Prep this year. And also they had on the roster was Shane Palazzi from St. Joe's, but I don't see him. He's not in the lineup yet.
Number 6, Nate Deptula, right fielder.
Deptula to lead it off here, the right fielder. Nate walked his first plate appearance as we begin the top of the fourth. Botter remains out on the mound, and the big righty's pitch is bounced down the shortstop, fielded, and Brown's throw is off the glove of Mazzaro, and I think was legged out anyhow by Deptula. He never charged it.
He never charged it, and he ended up getting it on 2 bounces instead of 1.
I'm going to give him a base hit for his hustle.
Yep. Okay, that's the 5th hit then. But when you got a lefty batter, you got to come in on that ball. You have to chase it. You know.
Mike Nikhil.
So Michael Keel to the plate. Reached on one of those 2 errors committed by Trumbull here today.
He might bunt now. You never know.
Number 9 hitter in the lineup. 3rd consecutive inning, as you mentioned, with a runner on first as a leadoff runner.
Yeah. And Trumbull hasn't had the leadoff runner on once.
Haven't
a
had a
double
hit
play
yet.
turn.
Yeah.
Eliminated that one.
And that was via walk, so our old good friend Phil Brodsky's philosophy did not hold true that time.
Well, he's the 9th batter walking. That was his philosophy. It was a 90% chance that he'd score. It just kept, the percentages kept getting higher and higher and higher as seasons would go on.
That ball turned on and fouled off over the fence down the left field side. You can hit homers here. It's only 325 down the line and right and left.
It's nice of you to say only. It's still a poke. Especially I can imagine in the gaps, it looks like it's in the 350 range, 360 range. The center field looks deep.
Pitch over for the strike call.
It's not like Simsbury where you have that 2 something, and then all of a sudden it juts out.
Out,
314 or something. There's a spot there in the down left field line where you can virtually not even hit 300 feet and it's out.
I'm not even thinking of Simsbury after the day yesterday from a technical standpoint.
Well, the difference there was the game was in the morning, right? So you had the sun shining right into the press box, and the press box is all metal. So that thing has got to be like an oven.
Cooked 3 hot dogs. And
yeah.
They were good.
Yeah, I know.
Little ball squirted down to Mazzaro onto the bag at second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. So that Keel wasn't hit all that hard. Mazzaro and Brown trying to collaborate. But they do get the lead runner. That's going to go 4-6.
Wouldn't Batch get a little bit less number of double plays than you do off BB Core because the ball tends to go slower in the infield times. You know, BB Core on artificial turf, you get a lot of double plays and triples. I don't know if you remember the Northeast Regional one year was in Manchester, which was entirely turf.
No, I never made it to that one.
Yeah. They actually broke a record for the most triples in the Northeast Regional because once it got into the gap, that was it.
They're just rolling.
Just rolling forever.
Gravel line to the plate, 0 for 2. Leadoff hitter for this Naugatuck team. Got to run at first, 1 down. He'll chop that foul, third base side.
That's going to be like that next year at Derby High School, where they have the all-turf field donated by a benefactor out of California. Unbelievable what they've built down there. And the clubhouse, football field is going to be all turf, plus the baseball field.
I think eventually all the baseball diamonds here in the Northeast will be turf, which is really sad.
Yeah.
Pitch missed outside.
I think the non-turf field is really nice is West Haven.
That's a beautiful field.
Yeah.
One of the best in the state.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Non-turf. I mean, you know, the grass there is impeccably kept. The dugouts are real dugouts that go down.
Throw to the bag at first. Runner back, Chris Everone takes care of that facility along with John Capone.
Do a great job.
They really
so
do.
it's always a great place to play. Obviously, you got Muzzy and Palmer.
Waters pitch, ground ball, hit, foul down the third base side.
Probably the two best, non-professional fields, amateur fields.
Yale went turf.
Yale, yep.
Yeah.
They went turf?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Holy cripe.
That's a break from tradition, isn't it?
Didn't they have, I thought underneath the field was cork. They used to drain well there. Used to pull it down, pull the water down, something.
Here's the pitch to the plate, and that's going to be fouled
right off the umpire.
Off the umpires, right. That hurt.
Yeah. And there's where the catcher's supposed to walk a ball out to the mound.
Yeah, Graveline got his mask off, too. May have ricocheted off both, I think.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Especially on this day,
I'm going to make sure he's okay.
The catcher do what he's doing. He dropped his glove on the ground, and then you see the home plate umpire, Jim Lachansky, pick his glove up for him in his helmet. Tough park to lose baseballs in, which is one good thing around here, right? You usually find them all. Some ballparks can go through 3 dozen.
Yeah, it's not like a golf course surrounding this this ballpark.
Yep.
1 on, 1 out. Waters pitch to the plate. Popped up. And it's going to be caught towards the foul line by the pitcher, Water. So that's going to create 2 down.
Batting for Naugatuck,
Brings up
left
Nick
fielder,
Bruno, who
number
has struck out,
18,
singled, and
Nick
scored.
Bruno.
Here in the 4th inning, if you're just tuning in, nice to have you with us on this warm day. Temperature at game time, about 99 degrees, safe to say.
Yeah. This is one of those days, Don, where you think you're going to hear the Mr. Softy truck driving around, that
I'm leaving if I
jingle
do.
or something.
I'm going.
Some Italian ice or something.
Absolutely.
They got to make you feel cool, even if you can't be cool, temperature-wise.
Bruno, the left fielder for Naugatuck. They scored 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Trying to keep that string alive of consecutive innings with a run.
Well, you would think Nate Keel, the number 9 hitter, right? He's the runner aboard. He's usually the guy where, the 9 guys, usually your flip side leadoff guy, usually can run. I think with 2 outs, you think about sending him.
Curveball is hit high up into the air. To the outfield grass, shortstop had plenty of room coming back in. That was windblown there a little bit, and Brown able to capture it and put it away for the out. So it becomes a pop-up in the infield, and that is going to do it. So the leadoff single by Daptula doesn't hurt. No runs. He had the 1 hit, 1 left. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th, and Naugatuck continues to lead on the scoreboard, 3-0.
The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors.
All right, welcome right back. Nice to have you with us as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. To the bottom of the fourth we go, and the home team, Trumbull, trailing by 3 here to Naugatuck.
Yep, Trumbull has only had, I believe, 2 base runners on. Then there was a double play, so.
Yeah, both back in the second inning. The leadoff walk to Danny Mazzaro, then a fielder's choice. Briganti reaching when they try to get the lead runner.
Yeah, 1 batter over the minimum as they've had so far this afternoon, but you never know. There's plenty of time left to get something going, but you want to get something going here. We're halfway through. They got 4 cracks at it, and I'm sure they got enough power to do that.
Going with our GoPro view here today, such as Steve did earlier today at Muzzy Field.
Muzzy, the air-conditioned press box.
I do apologize. We did not have coverage from Stanford earlier today due to technical difficulty. Brueggemann to lead it off here. Brown and Mazzaro to follow. So 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order against Jagello. Brueggemann with a fly ball out his first time.
That one just missed.
Can you feel that fan? Is it doing anything for you?
A little bit.
I bought the cheapest fan I could find. That has popped up in the infield. No fry on the infield dirt will make the play. Brueggemann retired. You got 1 out here in the fourth.
Number 18, the shortstop, Chris Brown.
Brings up Chris Brown. Brown 0 for 1 with a fly ball out. They haven't hit it hard yet today at all.
Well, Jagello's been mixing it up pretty well. Make sure curveballs and fastballs have kept them at bay.
He appears to throw a heavy ball, Steve.
Yeah, he does. I think part of it is the aluminum bats and the humidity, you know. I mean, the wooden bats,
the wooden
rather.
bats, yeah.
Yeah.
First pitch missed outside.
It's like the batter swinging a D-bat up there now.
Jagello's pitch. Curveball just caught the outside corner. Boy, if you're getting that pitch, call for a strike. Live on that outside part of the plate. Jagello again goes there and missed.
Yeah, that one had a little bit more spin on it. But that's the kind you tempt the batter with because he saw the last one as a strike and doesn't want to go 2 strikes. So
that's a little dribbler off the end of the bat. I haven't used the word nubber in a long time. It's got to be in fair play to be a nubber.
Nubber.
Yeah.
Well, you see a lot of them we used to call squirreled base hit, squirreled ground balls right when the ball spun. Yep. Seem to go in all different directions.
1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. That's an off-speed pitch. He just fooled him there, and Brown strikes out. That's going to be the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Time.
Yes, indeed.
Now batting for Trumbull, number 30, the first baseman.
So you got 2 down. Here comes Danny Mazzaro, the first baseman of the plate. Just one of the 2 base runners to reach here today for Trumbull as he led off the second with a walk. Jagello was trying to work him inside consistently and couldn't find his mark. That ball flared out to the center fielder, and Justin
shallow.
Marks will make the play. You're right, playing very shallow, and they go quietly 1, 2, 3. So we're back with the top of the 5th, and Naugatuck. They're trying to be the team in the driver's seat in this pod as they lead by the score of 3-0.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined. I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
More than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to Legion.
All right, welcome right back here to Trumbull High School as we move on to the top of the fifth. Both pitchers who began this game still in the contest, Steve, as we move on in the heat here to the fifth inning. 3-0 Naugatuck, who's coming to the plate with the lead. 2 in the second, 1 in the third.
Well, the 2 in the second down, really, there was, a result of 2 different errors. So he hasn't pitched that badly.
He's only given up 5 hits, has Vaughter.
Yeah, but I believe it's probably only, let me see, the first run may have been, but not the second one was earned.
Yeah.
So he's given up, it looks like 2 earned runs out of the 3.
Here's Marks, center fielder to the plate.
What difference does it make? You got to score a run in order to win.
Absolutely. Mark struck out his first time, laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the third. Bruno eventually scored, who had singled to lead off the inning. Ground ball right to Mazzaro, and Danny will touch the bag. 1 out, 3 unassisted.
All you really need is something to happen, something to spark you, Sometimes it's a bunt, sometimes it's an errant throw by the fielder on defense. And
shortstop, number 22.
And then it gets everybody going. Or one guy who gets a big hit and everybody starts feeding on it. It could be a good defensive play sometimes. You just need something to spark your team.
Nice sharp 1-2-3 inning, energizes the offense when they come back.
Yeah, sure.
Rizek to the plate. He has singled and scored and struck out. Called out on strikes back in the third. Pitch up high.
Bedrzik up to play now. Also a pitcher for this team. He pitched for Woodland this year. Woodland High School, Beacon Falls prospect kids.
Nice pitch to the outside corner and low. Thought he got the strike call there.
Yeah.
Briganti in center field. Waco in left. Kaufman, the right fielder defensively for Trumbull. Brown and Mazzaro up the middle. Warner and Mazzaro on the corners. Bruggeman behind the plate. Winner of this game will remain in the driver's seat.
Yep. Won't have to play till Wednesday.
Pitch popped up. Pitcher says me. And Vaughter will make the catch. Mazzaro finally curled away.
Yep.
In the old days, pitchers never touched it, right? I mean, you'd give way to the infielder all the time.
Yeah, I know. Just crazy.
That is crazy. Where did that come from?
I don't know. But then again, a lot of pitchers weren't as athletic today. And nowadays, the pitchers are pretty athletic enough to do all that.
Jagello to the plate. Vaughter looking for his second 1-2-3 inning. He started the game in strong fashion with a ground ball out. A couple of strikeouts got him 1-2-3. Bruggeman sets a target outside. That pitch up high and laced into right center field for a base hit. Jagello with a big swing, and he'll remain at first with the 6th hit of the ball game now for this Naugatuck team. So they got a 2-out base runner, and Verab to the plate. He's got an RBI single to his credit. He's 1 for 2 today. Good bit of hitting right there.
Yep. So he took that ball right to the right center side there.
That might have been the hardest hit ball in the game.
Yeah.
Pitch miss low and inside. Verab has some power. He looks like he could certainly wallop it if he gets a hold of it.
Who knows with a wooden bat. He's got home runs this year for Naugatuck. He had about 3 home runs, I think, this year in high school.
You think?
Yeah.
Hits that high in the air, and that's going to find a gap in right center field and roll and roll and roll. Should bring home a run. Jagello's going to turn the bag at third. Here comes a throw. No, he just didn't get around that
Yeah, he
base
did get around
path
that
as
quick.
quickly as I thought he was going to there, and I think he ran out of gas in the
Yeah,
heat is what happened.
maybe.
He just ran out of gas. When that first left the bat, looked like he
Second baseman,
scored from the
number
bag
5,
there.
Mark LaFry.
That's
As
going to be a
Austin
long
Verap
single.
hit a ground
Yeah.
rule single.
Exactly.
Right.
So now you got him on the corners.
Right. That was a bomb, but that's
It
you know
really
you
was.
can't go. You can't chase the guy around, so you can't pass him. Now they have a pinch runner for him. So I tell you, Austin could hit the ball though. He has
Absolutely.
quick hands.
That was a quick bat swing.
Yeah,
you're
he's
right.
got a good bat. He's got good hand speed. He's got good judgment. But, you know, he loves the game. He constantly talks cerebral, and actually he pitches. He pitches for Seymour High this year. He's one of our most reliable pitchers, believe it or not, because everything was cerebral to each batter.
Mark Nofry to the plate. He's singled home a run here today. He's got a runner at third. He's got one at first with 2 down, so 2 consecutive hits. And Naugatuck trying to increase their 3-0 lead. Waters pitch. Strike call outside corner.
Yep, looked like he took a little off that ball.
And from the stretch, Waters pitch. A strike call outside corner again. I'd go there one more time.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he hasn't, Nofri hasn't tried to bunt on the third baseline, you know, in that last pitch. You know, you have a fielder's back, 2-3 steps, you're lefty, you know, beyond third base. You still score a run that way.
Votto looking for the strikeout to end the inning. Instead, he gives up a little bloop single. That's going to bring home a run. Second RBI for Nofry, number 7 hitter in the lineup. And that's 3 consecutive singles and a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, nice good piece of hitting there by Nofri. And, you know, with 2 outs, they get 3 hits in a row. You're right, Dan. Put him up 4-0 now.
Nofry, I believe that RBI single in the second came with 2 strikes, too.
Yeah.
Deptula to the plate. He has walked and singled.
Total of 8 hits now for Naugatuck in the game.
Water checks the runners, and the pitch missed outside to Deptula. He's been on base twice.
Yep. Seems like he tries to, you know, go fastball change or something against the lefties.
Waters pitch. Popped up. Could be trouble. Shortstop out. Nice job by Chris Brown to get a jump on it and make the play. Deptula and company retired. But they put up a run on 3 consecutive hits. 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2 in their lead now, up to 4-0. Back with the bottom of inning number 5 right after this.
Veterans to find out how you can help. As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you
The center fielder, Chris
Too many.
All right, welcome right back. Chris Briganti to lead things off here. And right now, 4-0. Naugatuck to the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning game.
Naugatuck
Briganti,
just has to
Coppin, and
get something
Warner to
going.
lead it off here.
Yep. Sorry, Don.
That's right.
They have to get something going in this inning.
Gello has been dominating out on the mound. He's only allowed 2 base runners.
Yeah, and he's pounding that zone.
Strikeout total is modest. He's only got 3 of those. Getting those lazy fly ball outs.
Yeah.
Got a double play ball. Yeah, they've only hit it on the ground a couple of times. Yeah. And I know you're a big fan of putting that ball on the ground and making the fielders.
Yeah. Well, you put it in play, on the ground, and you never know. Look at how many times have they popped it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today.
A slow curveball, swing and a miss. He fooled him there. Briganti goes down, swinging.
For Trumbull, number 6, the right fielder.
And in this heat,
yeah,
Jagello's starting to really heat it up. He's had a strikeout now in the last 4 innings. He's got a total of 4 in the game. Here's Kaufman, one of those strikeout victims.
Whoa.
And he hit him there. That just didn't turn for him.
Yep. They always say, we got ice. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish they did.
Now batting for Trumbull.
So that's the third base runner of the game for Trumbull. And he has Warner to the plate. Grounded in that 1-6-3 double play back on the second.
You never know how it affects a pitcher when you hit somebody.
Throws over to first and makes him belly on back to the bag.
I don't know if you saw the first baseman that time down. He did one of those fake throws to the pitcher. That's why I said he's always thinking, young man's always thinking to try to get some advantage.
Talking about Verab, fly ball to right. Daptula should find it, and he will. He'll catch it. And you have 2 down. Brings up the designated hitter, Rob Goldsmith.
The designated hitter, Robert Goldsmith.
Well, we've mentioned a couple of times, winner of this game doesn't play till Wednesday. Then they got 2 shots at it on Wednesday.
Yeah. That would mean that Deptula, their ace, the right fielder out there, the lefty, would be eligible again, if I'm not mistaken. He's ineligible till the 25th.
We'll put together our broadcast schedule. I know that possibly Tuesday in Stamford, if my young crew up there in Stamford can make their way out there.
And we'll see what the locations prevail.
Absolutely.
Only have 2 of them, I think, that are locked in.
If Trumbull were to lose, they would play here on Tuesday, right?
Right. That's true. That is true.
Not that we're rooting for Trumbull to lose to give us a broadcast location or anything like that, but.
Let me see who they. See where they.
Jagello checks that runner at first. You got 2 down. Kaufman reads, hit by pitch. Ball chopped. Taken by the shortstop. That quick throw to the bag at second in time for the out. Nice play. Dridzik made that quick decision, and No Fry got over there to cover the bag, and that will do it on the force out at the bag. So we are now through 5. It's 4-0. Naugatuck with a lead over Trumbull.
.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to Legion
and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation of warriors and veterans. Please join us in supporting and recognizing their unique contributions and needs. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out more. The American Legion honors our newest generation.
All right, welcome right back here to Trumbull High School as we move on to the top of the 6th. And Naugatuck continues to lead by the score of 4-0. 2 runs in the second. They've added single runs in the third and the fifth. And they have a total of 8 hits, I have.
Yep, 8 hits, 4 runs on 8 hits. They've committed no errors. They've left 7 on base as well, Don.
Yes, they have.
Man, Trumbull's no runs, no hits, 2 errors, nobody left on base.
Mike Nikhil.
So Nikhil will step in. He's reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Still looking for his first hit. And he cracks that one just past the glove of Warner. May have deflected off, and boy, he went after that first pitch. Now he's trying to stretch it for 2, and they got him.
Yeah, they got him, yep.
Mazzaro put the tag on him.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like he had enough steam, and that ball didn't go far enough down the line.
The left fielder, number 18, Nick Bruno.
So 9th hit of the game, but that one the race is quick.
What was that, 7?
7-4.
4.
Yeah.
Good throw there by Loico. The fan was in my way. I couldn't see the left fielder there. I'd rather be cool than watch the game. What the heck? Why do you want to do that? We're only here.
It is brutal.
Grambaline at the plate now, up for the 4th time.
And he's looking for his first hit as well. Grounded back to the pitcher, popped to the pitcher, grounded to third.
Off speed pitch fooled him. Wanter rather working here into the 6th.
Yeah, he gave up that last inning. He gave up that 2-out single. And it turned into 3 in a row for the big RBI by Mark Nofri.
Nofri he's the hitting star of the day. 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs.
Yep. From the 7th spot, that's not bad.
Another off-speed pitch fools him, and that's going to be the strikeout. So now you got 2 down. It brings up Bruno, who is singled in 3 tries.
4th strikeout of the game for Ryan Vaughter.
Bruno.
Well, as we said, Don, we're going to have to see what games are available on Tuesday. Good friend Jim Fartellis is in the house.
Pitch up a little high.
Now did caller this morning with me over there in Bristol's Muzzy Field.
I'm going to go back and scrutinize the call of that game. What you two characters doing? That pitch, strike call.
We behaved.
You got Marks in the on-deck circle. Vodder's pitch down low. The GoPro doing its job here today in the heat, which is an amazing thing.
Whoa, that one's just a little outside. Right.
Pitch to the backstop. I'd love to get one of those automated cameras. There's all kinds of those automated cameras out there now.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fantastic.
Company I work for, the NFHS Network, they sell the Pixelot cameras in a lot of high schools here in Connecticut and around the country now. And they pick up everything.
Wow.
Based on motion, unmanned.
Based
they
on
move,
motion, unmanned.
Zoom
wow.
in, zoom in and out.
That's incredible.
Tie a scoreboard into them.
Another piece of technology to put somebody out of work.
Yeah, right, exactly, right? Exactly.
Well, you had that program a few years back where you used to be able to switch between cameras.
Yeah,
remember
I still have that.
Haven, you were trying that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
we
right.
used little cell phones
Yeah.
put at different locations in the park. And you're able to switch between cell phone cameras each.
That's going to become very popular when 5G
yeah, I would imagine.
hits the Northeast here because you need that bandwidth.
Yeah.
Ground ball hit up the middle, fielded there by the stretching Brown, and on the first he got it there. Bruno and company retired. That's going to do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Vaughter. We'll be back with the bottom of inning number 6, and the clock begins to tick on Trumbull. They trail by the score of 4-0.
.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to
Left fielder.
All right, welcome right back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Loico to lead it off. Number 9 hitter in the lineup here for Trumbull, and they're trying to get to Jagello as Derek has just been sensational here today. The youngster on the mound for Naugatuck. Big, strong-looking righty.
4 Ks, 1 walk.
Got that curveball working in there for the strike call, too. Top of the order waits on deck. That's Mazzaro, Matt Mazzaro. Bruggeman in the follow. Strike 2. Feeling confident right now as a youngster, Jagello.
So is the home plate umpire. The umpires are ready. They're saying, yeah, this game's moving along quick. Let's get out of here. Right?
Absolutely. No shenanigans, please. A little flare down the left field line. Could be trouble. Diving attempt there by Bruno. That's going to be a base hit and more as Loico will reach the bag at second with a leadoff double. That's the first hit of the ball game for Trumbull. Comes here in the 6th inning.
Yeah. Could that be the spark they need to get things going? The number 9 hitter in the lineup gets what the other guys couldn't get. And with nobody out here.
He had 2 strikes on him, too. Good bit of hitting.
Yep.
Great effort by Bruno to try to preserve the no-hit bid. So here's Mazzaro to the plate. And he struggled here today. He's 0 for 2. The first pitch in for the strike. I think Jagello just made a mistake on that pitch to him there.
Yeah, I'm watching Vereb now at first base. I do not think they're going to bunt down 4-0 in the 6th, right? So he should be playing back.
Get your leadoff guy at the plate here.
And now he moves back. Somebody must have heard me.
Did you give him a single? A signal?
No. Nope. I said he's not going to bunt. If he bunts and he makes it, good luck. You know,
Pitch way outside.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised me though if you got a pitcher out there and you can't hit him. You drop it down to third baseline, you get another hit, you get that rally going. But it's not automatic. They're going to drop one down.
Graveline playing off the bag, behind the bag there.
We saw in the game against EMH in Bristol, and it all started with a ground ball back to the pitcher and went off the edge of his glove on a bunt situation, and then threw the ball away, and everything started from there. And Bristol came back and won the game on that exciting walk-off walk.
Gotta love those. Those are the most exciting finishes of baseball.
Right, I know.
We've had a few at the high school state championship level in recent years.
Yeah, Amity.
I think
Walk-off
Notre
walk.
Dame West Haven had one.
I remember watching a game many years ago in the tournament where North Haven lost on a walk-off balk.
Really?
Yeah.
That pitch missed outside the count level. Jagello wanted the strike call there, didn't get it. Showed some displeasure. It all evens out. Spins that one in the hands, and that's fouled off the bat.
I tell you, he's being feisty up there. He's battling.
Well, maybe the spark from Timmy Loico with that leadoff double, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes to get things going.
Hitting is contagious. Jagello's pitch fouled off and making him work.
Yeah.
I think they all deserve an ice cream after the game, but he just do that at the Little League level. Do you do it at this level here? A slushy?
But they used to give you a soda and a hot dog in a lot of places, right? They used to give you the soda hot dog deal, all the Little Leaguers.
Speaking of hot dogs and cheeseburgers and the like, we may have to buck up on who goes to Rotary Field on Tuesday.
That's true. They got a good concession stand.
Absolutely. Sure. Fly ball out the left, and Bruno will put it away. Mazzaro, after a pretty good battle, becomes a fly ball out. Brueggemann now stepping up to the plate. Kevin 0 for 2. Top of the order has not done much at all here for Trumbull today.
Yeah, you could tell the heat's getting to Jagello, though, Don, because I watched that play, and he didn't even back up third. He just stood near the mound.
Well, he had to run the bases, remember? And I thought he might score from first, and he ran out of gas.
Ran out of gas,
third.
yeah. So he's the guy you don't want to tire out.
I'm surprised they had him batting and pitching today in this weather.
Yeah.
Gets ahead of the hitter here. Pitch to Brueggemann. Line drive caught.
Right.
Nice play by Graveline, and that's going to do it.
Now batting
But
for
Brueggemann,
Trumbull,
you got
number
2
18,
down.
the
Chris Brown to the
shortstop,
plate.
Chris
Right on the
Brown.
nose. There's the unforgiving part of the game. Brueggemann smacks it, but right at the third baseman.
Yeah, right on top of his shoes.
Yep.
They still wear laces, or are they Velcro now?
No, they're laces.
Here's Chris Brown.
I don't know many players who actually use Velcro. I only know.
Maybe little peewee players, the
Yeah.
little guys, right? Don't want to tie the shoe, pitch in for the strike with a curveball.
Maybe the home plate umpire has that thing that flips over the front. They have that protective part of the toe.
Another curveball, swing and a miss by Brown. He's in a hole 0-2. Jagello gave up the leadoff double to Loico, and he's still stranded down there at the bag at second. 4-0 you score. Team in the field, Naugatuck, with the lead over Trumbull. Curveball, dribble down to the first baseman. Verab will field it, and that's just good work by Derek Jagello. After the leadoff double, he settles down and gets him just one hit in the ball game. Comes here in the 6th for Trumbull. Naugatuck leads at 4-0. We'll be right back.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to
All right, back here at Trumbull High School as we advance to the top of the 7th inning. Steve Riley, 4-0 Naugatuck, and they seemingly have done everything right here today.
Well, they certainly have, Don. Derek Jagello has just pitched a gem of a game so far. As 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, but he just seems to, he bends a little. He gets a walk, hit batter here and there, leadoff double in the last inning, but he just gets out of it. He's just pitching very well. A lot of strikes. A lot of strikes from Derek Jagello, the Naugatuck star.
Yeah, he certainly has been. They've had a hitting start, too, and Mark No Fry, as he has come up with a couple of base hits and 2 RBIs here today. And we do have a new pitcher out on the mound for
It's a new
Trumbull.
pitcher for Trumbull.
And batting,
Matt Delaney, I
number
believe.
11, the center fielder, Justin Martin.
So the book is closed on Ryan Vaughter. Struck out 4, walked 1. I believe he gave up 9 hits.
Indeed, he did.
And only 2 earned runs. So not a bad, when you think about it, if not for the errors, he didn't pitch that badly.
Absolutely. This is Marks to lead it off. He has struck out, laid down a sacrifice bunt, and grounded out to the first baseman. So Danny Mazzaro at first, Matt Mazzaro at second base, Chris Brown your shortstop, Evan Warner the third baseman, Brueggemann behind the plate, Loico, Briganti, and Kaufman in the outfield, with the only change being Delaney now here on the hill. Pitch popped up, foul play, Warner over, and he'll make the catch. Put two hands in that, too. You got to like that, the old-fashioned way.
Well, no score reported yet between Washington and Greenwich.
And Hamden, I think. Yeah, right? Washington and Hamden.
No, Hamden defeated Washington yesterday, or today, rather. I'm sorry. So Hamden defeated Washington today 6-2. So Washington's playing in the playdown game against Greenwich.
That ball well struck, but the left fielder over. Nice job there by Loiko to find that. Drifting away from him a little bit towards the foul line, and that just allowed out. 2 down.
Batting the pitcher,
and here comes
DeGello.
So now Hamden's in the driver's seat in that pod F as they defeat Washington 6-2. Greenwich defeated Ridgefield 4-2. So the challenger match again is going to be Greenwich against Washington.
DeGello probably just wants to make an out, and well, that's going to be rule of foul balls. He swings at the first pitch, right? Get out in the mound and get this thing over with.
Quick.
Interesting story between Washington and Hamden. Hamden actually the second seed, right? Despite having a better record than Washington win percentage-wise.
Yeah.
One of the little flukes, I guess, with the some of
number of games
some
you
of
play,
the things they do.
Yeah.
So Hamden could go without a home game here the rest of the way, despite being unbeaten.
Yep. Yeah. They're undefeated. They don't have a home game. And that's a first. Well, we know that Wallingford defeated Meriden and eliminated them today, so loser of this game will play Wallingford as their strike 3.
Delaney gets them 1-2-3 in relief in the top of the 7th. Now the bat's got to come awake. They got to wake up here for Trumbull in the bottom of the 7th. It is 4-0 Naugatuck.
Find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom. Please support the American Legion's efforts to serve the growing number of women veterans. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help. Today, more than ever before, women are on the front lines of America's defense. These brave women struggle and sacrifice to help keep our country secure. They deserve to be recognized for their service as guardians of freedom.
All right, welcome right back. Bottom of the 7th inning, and Trumbull coming to the plate. Last call for Trumbull here, trailing 4-0. DeGello is back out on the hill, trying to go all the way here for the win. He's only allowed 1 hit. That was a double back in the 6th to number 9 hitter Timmy Loiko. And the first pitch in for the strike to Danny Mazzaro. And Mazzaro has walked in 2 tries.
DeGello's thrown a lot of strikes. Hasn't had a base runner get the 3rd yet, right? Just the 2nd was the farthest anybody went.
Yeah, they got a run of the second base back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
And, of course, a double in the 6th.
Yep.
They've only had 4 base runners as Trumbull hit batter in the 5th inning. Pitch fouled off. Mazzaro now got 2 strikes against him. Briganti in the on-deck circle. So it's the meat of the order.
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 for Trumbull.
What do they call it? The meat of the order. You ever wonder?
No, I never figured that out. Because the middle, I guess. You know, the meat.
Yes, the middle, the meat.
Nice thick part. Makes me think of a nice steak on the grill when I get home here tonight.
Yeah.
think I could arrange that. Good old Costco in the freezer there.
Yeah.
Gello's pitch.
There it
Strike
is.
3 call, paints the outside corner. And there's one down. Mazzaro strikes out for the first time. Brigante to the plate. He's reached on the fielder's choice and struck out.
Gotta swing that bat.
The center fielder.
Fifth strikeout of the game for Derek Jagello.
Masterful performance here today. Doing it in this heat, too. Jagello's right-handed pitch down low.
No defensive changes for Naugatuck out there.
You know who's been smooth today behind the plate is Mike Netkeel. He's
he's
done a nice
Naugatuck
job, hasn't
High
he?
School's
Yeah,
catcher.
he's done a nice job. You don't notice him.
No. Naugatuck's outfield has played shallow the entire game.
Of course, Jagello's hit his spots all game long, too, just like that.
They haven't made him pay for it yet, you know?
Really thought early on Trumbull had a chance. Jagello was still trying to feel his way around the mound there a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of hung a couple of curveballs and the like, but just couldn't catch up.
And the game started 1-2-3 for Ryan Vaughter as well. You know, 2 strikeouts. First inning, you think it's going. And then the second inning, you get the errors. 2 errors in that inning, couple hits, and that's it.
Brigante now with a couple of strikes on him, the center fielder.
And that ground ball back to the mound by Virab was big, where they didn't go to third base. They didn't try to turn 2.
That might have been the play of the game in reflection.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Because then you ended up with second and third, and you get an RBI single out of it.
That's right.
And after that, you had an E5 on Naugatuck at the bottom of the order. So
on a throw, errant throw.
Nofri probably the hero of the game so far with 2 RBI singles, other than Jagello.
Chop to third, big hop. Gravel line onto the bag at first. Virab. Easily done. 2 down. It's all up now.
Batting for Trumbull, number 6, the right
to Chris
fielder, Greg
Kaufman. So Kaufman will come to the plate, the right fielder.
Very accurate infielders, too, down both the left side of Naugatuck's infield. Both shortstop and third baseman are pitchers.
That is Greg Kaufman. I just realized I had Chris written down. Told you I couldn't see earlier today. Oh, here's your glasses just in case. Those are nice ones.
Yeah, they're actually female.
Don't lose those whenever you do.
I know. When you buy those $2 for 5 pairs, you know.
Whew. That ball hit in the left field for a base hit with 2 outs by Kaufman. That one hung up there a little bit. That brings up Evan Warner. Warner today is hit into a double play and a fly ball out.
Third baseman, Evan Warner.
So 2 on, I should say 1 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, thank God the old days of 4 or 5 games in a day as part of the American Legion tournament.
I know. And especially when they were
scheduled
all
for a
9
day
innings
like today.
too.
Yeah.
They were all 9 innings in the past.
Well, a day like today, they would request
7
7-inning games, yeah. And that would be granted. That pitch in there for the strike.
Didn't they do that one year in the Northeast Regional? They were supposed to play 9, and then they changed it because
I know we did it in the state tournament.
The state tournament, I think it was. Yeah, they were supposed to play 9. They changed it because of the heat.
That was way back now. That might have been like 2009 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, they had one Northeast Regional game that started at, 11:30 at night?
That's right.
Remember that one? Ended at 2:30 in the morning.
That was the one in Bristol.
Yeah, in Bristol.
I was mad because I couldn't go next door and have a refreshing drink after a long day of baseball.
Yeah, that restaurant closed.
That's right. Pitch up high. Of course, Connecticut again this year will, I believe, send two teams to the Northeast Regional.
Yeah.
Pitch in there for the strike.
And one year they had 3. Remember that?
That's right.
They had the host team plus the 2. They don't allow that anymore. You can have at most 2.
Bristol won a Northeast Regional. That didn't even qualify for the state tournament yet. They won it. They were the host team.
Their host team, and they won it all.
Ball dribble foul. Warner was hustling down the line. Will come back and collect his his bat.
That reminds me of four in high school. There was 7-13 in the state tournament. Remember?
That's right.
They went all the way.
All the way.
On their championship plaque, they had a losing record.
Crazy.
The Class L championship once in high school.
Jagello's pitch. And
that's
that's
a
a
game,
pretty
yep.
pitch to the inside corner, apropos for that performance here today. As Derek Jagello strikes out 2 here in the 7th. He pitches a 2-hitter, and Naugatuck remains in the driver's seat now, the only unbeaten team in the pod with a 4-0 win over Trumbull.
Well, I'll tell you, Jagello was just fantastic today, John. I mean, Don, you think about this. Here's a team that's first in their zone with a fantastic record during the year, and you actually only give up 2 hits to them and shut them out. And it's got to be a wake-up call for this Trumbull team, who knows now they have a hard road to go. They're going to have to play who's the other team now? Not Wallingford, I believe, or not Meriden. They were eliminated, so it's got to be Wallingford now. So they have to play them on Tuesday. Then they have to play Naugatuck and beat them twice on Wednesday, when Naugatuck will be well rested by then. I'll tell you, Nofri today, that's Mark Nofri, did a great job for Naugatuck with the 2 RBI singles, scored a run. Derek Jagello with a single and an RBI. Zach Bedrosick single and a score. Nick Bruno scored. Austin Virab with 2 singles, 2 for 3. One of them with an RBI single. So this Naugatuck team really showed that they belong in this tournament. And they went deep last year, making the Super Regionals. I think it was the finals, really, right? Didn't they go in the Super Regionals, rather, in the North? And they're doing it again this year from their spot. Started off early in the year and coming on fast now. So this Naugatuck team will be a team to contend with now. They've won it 4-0. So this line score finally for Naugatuck, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. They got 4. Trumbull gets 0. 4 runs for Naugatuck on a total of 9 hits. They've left 7 runners on base. And for Trumbull, 2 hits, 2 errors, and I think they left 2 runners on base, if I'm not mistaken. That'll do it.
Absolutely. Glad you showed up.
Yep.
For one reason only, you brought the computer as a backup.
Right, I know.
I'm only kidding. Steve Riley, good job once again, as always, as he pulls off double duty here today in Bristol earlier today and now here at Trumbull High School. Trumbull 4, I should say Naugatuck 4 and Trumbull nothing. Goodbye, everybody.